Happy Victory Monday, Jets fans. What's going on? You guys are watching the Jets Report by Chat Sports. And coming up on today's show, we got some great and some bad news following the Jets' 27-20 win over the Cleveland Browns. Let's just start off with the bad news here. Justin Fields. I think it is crystal clear that the Jets are going to go look for another quarterback this offseason. And Justin Fields, he has just been a bad quarterback this year. We can just call it like it is. I think as a pure passer, if you just remove the athletic ability, which is obviously a big part of his game, but as just a pure passer, I think he is the worst passer, not only as a starting quarterback in the NFL, but possibly in the entire league. I mean, yesterday's performance, it was just honestly hysterical, the game that Justin Fields had, and the fact that the Jets ended up winning that game. I mean, just unreal stuff. And his stat line, I mean, 6 of 11, 54 yards, had a touchdown and interception. Now, I kind of hate playing this game sometimes, but if you just remove the Breece Hall screen pass that he took to the house for 42 yards, I mean, Fields was 5 of 10 for 12 yards and an interception, and he only had 28 yards on the ground. Now, also with Justin Fields as a rusher as of late, I feel like obviously he is a great athlete. He can make some wild plays, but he also doesn't follow his blockers too well. He doesn't really seem like he's moving the best within the pocket either. He's got terrible pocket presence. He's an incredibly inaccurate quarterback. He doesn't process the field well, like just all the benchmarks that you would want in a solid starting quarterback. Justin Fields is not that. And his passing chart, I mean, it is the most passing chart out of all passing charts of all time. Justin Fields, 6 of 11 yesterday, 54 yards. So 1, 2, 3. 3 of his completions come behind the line of scrimmage. The other 2 are within 5 yards. So, or 4 of them come behind the line of scrimmage, and the other 2 are within 5 yards. So clearly, not pushing the ball down the field. And also, like, this isn't just like the first time Fields has done this season. Like, Justin Fields has 4 games this year where he has thrown for less than 54 passing yards. That's tough to do in 2025. We're not playing in 1960s. We're not playing in the 1970s. I mean, the fact that he has 4 games this season, less than 54 passing yards, I mean, it is incredibly, incredibly hard to do. So I think the Jets are going to be going looking for another quarterback this offseason, whether that's through the draft or whether that's, possibly free agency, or maybe they try to hit up the trade market. You got guys like Kyler Murray potentially out there, but we'll see how the Jets handle it. But, overall, it's going to be a hectic offseason, mainly at that quarterback position, because there is no possible way you can run Justin Fields back out there week 1 next season. So if you guys could hit that subscribe button today. We're actually trying to reach our next goal of 11.1 thousand subscribers. Just need 37 more of you guys to hit that subscribe button today. But it's going to be a crazy offseason. Got a short week taking on the Patriots in this Thursday night game. Actually going to be a pretty fun game. Jets on a 2-game winning streak. Haven't lost in 3 weeks, and you're playing a wagon of a football team in the New England Patriots. So if you guys want to stay up to date on everything around your New York Jets, hit that subscribe button today. Help us reach 11.1 thousand subs. All right, and also this on Justin Fields. I also wouldn't even bring him back to be the stopgap quarterback next season. I would probably just end up cutting him if I'm making the calls here because, Justin Fields, like, he is so bad at the most premium position in all of sports that it's tough for a person like me to even evaluate the rest of the team. Like, I feel awful for the wide receivers. I feel awful for the tight ends, Mason Taylor, and even the defense. Like, it's tough to get a true feel of how good this Jets team is or how bad this Jets team is because you have Justin Fields at quarterback. Like, how are you supposed to evaluate Mason Taylor? How are you supposed to evaluate Arian Smith? And, yes, you can evaluate the run game because that's just, Fields handing the ball off, and the run game's been good. And that's also the thing with Fields is, like, you have a pretty good offensive line. You have a damn good running back in Breece Hall. And when all the receivers are there now with Mason Taylor, yes, it's not the best weapons in the league, but it's also not like you're rolling out there with what Jackson Dart's got going on in New York. Like, you still got Garrett Wilson. You still got some other playmakers on the outside. And, listen, if you take out the Cowboys and Bengals game, I mean, he is truly having a horrific season. And honestly, like the Bengals and Cowboys, those are the 2 worst defenses by far in the NFL. So most teams, like most quarterbacks, like when they play both those ball clubs, like their stats get inflated. And if you take out both those games, like Fields is truly having one of the worst quarterback seasons I've ever seen. And listen, I understand it's a short week, and it may be tough to just pull him out of the lineup like this, but I think they need to start Tyrod. And mainly for the fact that I don't know how you can even have a competent offense with Justin Fields anymore. Because if I'm New England, the best rush defense in the entire National Football League, they are going to take away Breece Hall. Because, one, you have no threat to pass the football, even if the Jets had one of the best running games which they do. They have one of the better ones. But let's just say they have an all-time great running game. It would just be hard to run the ball in New England this season, considering you have no threat of the passing game. TBD if even Garrett Wilson's going to play. But I just think you need to get another quarterback in there just to get some sort of a passing game going, because it is truly tough to watch the Jets try to pass the ball at all. And, in a game against the Patriots, you're probably going to get down, probably need to throw the ball a lot. I just don't know how you can possibly roll out Justin Fields. I understand it's a short week, but I would start Tyrod in that spot. But you guys let me know, who would be the starting quarterback next season for the New York Jets? Tough question. You could obviously go a guy like Fernando Mendoza out of the draft. Maybe you go a trade guy like a Kyler Murray. Maybe you go a free agent quarterback. You guys let me know your thoughts. Who will be the starting quarterback next season for the New York Jets? I just don't think it can be Justin Fields, even though it sucked taking on that dead cap for cutting him. But I just think that's a decision that has to be made. But we'll talk about the good news here in just a second, mainly around head coach Aaron Glenn. But if you guys want to get some more Jets merchandise in your life, we got a sweet deal going on for you guys right now. Chatsports.com/Jets hoodies. Obviously, it's getting colder this time of the year, and these hoodies are absolutely sweet. They're also flying off the shelves right now, so take advantage. Hit this link. They're $24 off, chatsports.com/Jets hoodies. Hit this link in the comment section in the description of today's show and pick up some more New York Jets merch today. All right, so I do think the good news is, especially after the last 3 weeks, is that I feel like fans, we should be incredibly optimistic about the rest of this team and the coaching staff. And what I mean by that is because when you have such bad quarterback play, which the Jets have gotten out of Justin Fields, the fact that they have been able to just string together back-to-back wins, like that is on the rest of this roster, and that's on the head coach Aaron Glenn, especially the win yesterday. Because you just had the trade deadline on Tuesday. You trade away Sauce Gardner. You trade away Quinnen Williams. And the fact that Aaron Glenn had those guys ready to go, all three phases, playing some good football, like that's on the head coach to keep these guys locked in. And also, like Woody Johnson, remember a couple weeks ago when he had that quote where it's like, hey, it's tough to win it's tough for any head coach to win with the quarterback play we're getting. Like, he is kind of right about that. Like, I don't know if there's any other head coaches in the league that could have came in here, and maybe there are, but they're not going to go rip off like a 500 season with Justin Fields at quarterback. Like, he is that bad at that position. So Woody Johnson was kind of right, but more positivity here on Aaron Glenn. Like, he's slowly building this culture. And, clearly the Jets, they want to be a tough-minded, run-first team, very similar to the Detroit Lions, and as they should. The Detroit Lions have been one of the most successful teams in the NFL over the last couple of seasons. So I like what Aaron Glenn is building. These guys seem to really rally around him. Clearly a player's coach, and just even the locker room reactions after the game. Like, they're happy, obviously, to win a game, but they're mainly happy for their guy, Aaron Glenn. And this kind of speaks to just how crazy this game was yesterday. Shout out to Rich Cimini for tweeting this out, saying, how likely was Jets 27, Browns 20? Well, since 1950, teams have been 225-0 when holding opponents to 175 or fewer yards and not turning the ball over. The Browns were the first team to lose in that span. That is absolutely ridiculous. The Jets, just one of a kind. Truly one of a kind. And that's why, like, even that game yesterday, like, you win 27-20. Obviously, you have the two special teams touchdowns, but, like, it's just tough to evaluate this team when you're getting such bad play from the quarterback position. But defensively, we got to highlight some guys here. Will McDonald, absolute game wrecker yesterday. Anytime you have 4 sacks in an outing, you got to tip your cap to him. Really seemed like he had a fire under his butt yesterday, and obviously his name was floated around in the latest trade rumors before the deadline, and he showed up, showed out, and maybe he could turn it around. Maybe he could be a piece of the long-term New York Jets. Still needs to get way better against the run. And, we'll see how Aaron Glenn, like, is Will McDonald still an Aaron Glenn guy? Still have my concerns about that. But, hey, it's just a pure pass rusher. I mean, guy's one of the better ones in the league. And, Jermaine Johnson was unbelievable. I think Jermaine Johnson, as he's slowly kind of recovering from his injuries over the last couple of seasons, I think he could turn into being one of the more premier edge rushers in the league. Had a sack yesterday, 2 TFLs, setting the edge really well. And that was also what was so key about him this season. It's like we've seen him improve against the run. So maybe Will McDonald can develop into that. But I think it all gets back to Aaron Glenn with these guys. Clearly they're fighting for him. Clearly they believe in him. And even though 2-7, haven't lost in 3 weeks. So feeling positive about that. But I'll ask you guys this. What say you? Do you believe in Aaron Glenn? Give me a Y for yes. Give me an N for no. You guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. We'll get on out of here. As always, go Jets.